The last major swimming competitions of 2016 are finished, and we are off deck. Hi everyone, it's Wednesday, December 14th, and we're going to recap the World Swimming Championships from last week, the Short Course World Championships in Windsor, Canada. To recap the meet with us, we've got U.S. Women's head coach Arthur Albiero. He's also the head coach at the University of Louisville, and he joins us. Coach, welcome to Off Deck. We appreciate you taking the time. How you doing?
Fantastic. Thanks for having us. Glad to join you.
How was the trip back yesterday?
We had the easiest trip, Detroit to Louisville. It was a short little hour flight, so we were fortunate. I know a lot of people had delayed flights due to the weather conditions, but we were home no problem.
Cool. So let's talk about this week, because it was a quick trip. You guys just came together, Sunday or Monday before the meet. So what were the challenges of creating a good team dynamic with that short time?
Yeah, that's you're right. Plenty of challenges. I think we really had we got there Saturday afternoon, but a number of people didn't get there until Sunday afternoon. So we really only had one day just about together, one full day on Monday before meet started on Tuesday. But I think the biggest thing always with the group in my few experiences now with Team USA is this is a group that comes in obviously very motivated, have proven their worth, if you will, to earn the spot on the trip like this. So it's a very professional mindset. Tough kids, and I think more than anything for us is the logistics. I think that's where USA Swimming always shines. The behind the scenes work that was done by so many folks in the whole logistics of moving people around in buses and dealing with snow and dealing with we had a 6-lane warm down pool, 6-lane 25-meter warm down pool in the competition venue. So not ideal, and we had to really create systems to have people to go to different pools to warm up, and the staff did an amazing job. So some of the behind the scenes stuff is sometimes you can get bogged down on that, but I think at the end of the day, at the end of the week, we'll look back at it as a very, very, I think, formidable participation by Team USA.
Yeah. So I heard a rumor, I'm not sure if this was exactly accurate, that if you weren't swimming that day, you couldn't swim at the facility. Was it something like that?
It was strongly encouraged, and I think it was something that we certainly had made a decision as a staff and as a Team USA that, in terms of really getting the work done and getting proper warm-up, that our kids that didn't have to be there, that we did send them to the warm-up pool, and they enjoyed that. I think it gave them a chance to be a little bit away from the venue for a minute, for a little bit of time in there to be able to do their work. That was encouraging the coaches meeting and the FINA meeting about, if you're not swimming, stay away from the facility. And I think, for the most part, I think it was very manageable. All the evenings were very manageable, very, very, very little issues. The mornings could be a little tricky, but I think we made it work, and that's what we knew going into it. And Frank Bush did a phenomenal job of just really prepping the staff, coaching staff, but also the athletes that, hey, there will be some challenges, and that's what we do best. We're Team USA, and we're gonna battle through those, and we're gonna be better off for it.
What was it like to see rookies wearing the Team USA cap for the first time?
The coolest thing is to see their face, when they get their suit and cap with their name on, and just that a little bit of the first few minutes is just, okay, I'm here, it's a bit of a surreal moment. I can certainly relate. First time I got to go with Team USA to Toronto and Pan Am's, there was a little bit of that, like, wow, I'm wearing this, this is different, and but I think, the cool thing about this group, we have such a great balance of certainly a lot of rookies, but quite a bit of wisdom and experience there, and those guys did a phenomenal job. Team captains were Tom Shields and Cody Miller, and on the women's side, Amanda Weird, Madison Kennedy, and Kelsey Worrell. So we felt like we're in good hands with our team captains, and they did a really good job of just keeping the group together. To your point, it was the dynamics, the logistics of this meet was a little tricky, but by and large, I think, we had great presence and great energy. That was something that we talked a lot about.
Yeah. So how about for you? First time being a head coach at the College Challenge and then again at Worlds. How much did that mean, and how cool was it?
It is a little bit, it's a career moment. I'll be lying to you if I said otherwise. I mean, to have somebody who's, as a fan of the sport and having had the honor to really be part of collegiate swimming in the U.S. now for 21 years, and really until recently here, starting to put kids on national teams and be part of the staff, and all those things are absolutely special. But then to get a phone call that we want you to be the head coach of this team, and that was very humbling, to be honest with you, and it was very very special as a coach, as a professional, to be given this opportunity. And I think more than anything, I think it speaks volumes to the work that we have done here at the University of Louisville, the work that my staff has done behind the scenes. And at the end of the day, David, coaches are put on staff because of athletes that are qualified for the team. And I think that's really credit to our athletes. And in this particular case, Mallory and Kelsey, and they were phenomenal. They performed so well and made our job easier for sure.
Yeah, I was going to ask about them. Obviously, Kelsey had a bit of a interesting Sunday night when she swam 3 times and then had a little issue in the warm-up pool. I was hoping you could explain
about that, huh?
Everyone heard about that. I was hoping you could explain exactly what happened and then the process of, well, is she going to swim the relay? Is she not going to swim the medley relay? Obviously she did, and it worked out rather well. So can you just take us behind the scenes there?
Yeah, look, even before that, going into it, we knew, it's a 6-day competition, 12 sessions, and we knew, I believe there were 2 sessions that she could stay back and relax a little bit. But,
yeah,
for 10 sessions, she had to get up and go. So we knew it was going to be a busy weekend for her. And she did a phenomenal job managing. I think she would be the first one to tell you not everything went her way, and she was disappointed in a couple of things. We went there to win. We went there. I'm not going to lie to you. So to walk away with 3 silvers individually, I think it stung her a little bit, but it's part of the game. And I think more than anything, her ability, that's the thing about Kelsey, and some of it I think is the training behind the scenes and how we prepared, but really the way she handled those back-to-back opportunities. I think second day we had the 200 mixed medley relay that we broke the world record, and then she had 14 minutes until the final of the 200 butterfly. So, you couldn't get to the warm down pool and back in 14 minutes. So there's another little wrinkle. But so I think all those things are leading up to it. And then obviously the last day, we knew it was going to be a super short turnaround, and that she was have 3 good races, and obviously first relay was okay for 200 free relay. We fell just short, ended up 4th on that. She was disappointed, but it's like, okay, next, and comes back for the 100 fly, and gets touched out, and by incredible performances. Katinka was on fire as she has been lately, and congrats to her and credit to her. But ultimately, we needed to be ready for this relay that we felt we had a good chance, but that was going to be a great race against Canada and Australia and Japan. And we felt this was a really 4 or 5 team race that could have gone in anyway. So. We finished the 100 fly and walked to the warm down pool and kind of discussing that race a little bit, but really trying to move forward and getting ready for the relay. And she jumped in the pool, and I walked away for a second, and she happened to jump in the pool with a couple of the Australians specifically who were swimming. Well, one of the guys left, and that was her and Emily Seabaum. And Emily never saw Kelsey. Kelsey never saw Emily. And, we normally go right to right, but Emily normally goes left to left. And there you have it. So Emily pushed off right onto head-to-head collision, and next thing you know, it's a lot of blood, let's just say. And that was my first thought is, okay, well, let's just get out of the pool. And at that point, I'm thinking there's no way swimming the next race might not. My first instinct is there's no way. And then she got close. I took a look at it. At this point, we got the team doctor. We got Sarah Gibson, who did a phenomenal job of being ready, in case Kelsey couldn't go. And
wow.
And all the logistics, all of a sudden now, what's the timeline on changing names on a relay card, and how does that work? But Team USA again went to full force, and our team doctor was right there, and we took her to a little room and realized, okay, we're gonna need some stitches, and did a little concussion protocol testing on her, and she was clear. He didn't feel like she had a problem with that, and she said, I can put some stitches in there and some tape, and if you want to swim, I don't have a problem with that. So she kind of looks at me, and I said, well, let's just go one thing at a time, and let's see how you do it, but it's up to you. And so literally, she's swum at 25, and she's in this room laying down in this table for about 20 minutes while they're doing some work on her. A couple of our massage therapists are working her legs a little bit, no warm down whatsoever, and and try to stay still. And emotional roller coaster. She really felt terrible. She was gonna let the whole team down, and the relay needed her, and I think that was really the big motivation for her. She didn't want to let Team USA down, and so basically they put I think 5 stitches on her, and even at that point, the relay had already gone to the ready room, and with Sarah Gibson and literally Lindsay Mintenko and Frank Bush are there. Okay, is it a go? Is it not? We pulled the plug, and I said, let me just see what she looks like when she gets off the table, because to me, I was not sure. I don't know. Is she going to be a little disoriented? Is she going to be a little groggy? I have no idea how she's going to respond to this. So I just waited for the moment. They said, okay, all right, let's see what you can do. And she hops off the table and does a little shakedown. She says, okay, where do I go? And I thought, okay, we're on. So literally we ran to the ready room, and they were starting to introduce the relays. Luckily, we were lane 4, so the last ones to be introduced. And literally, that was it. She ran over there, and what a trooper. She realized she didn't have her dome cap, and everything happened so fast. So she made her goggles super tight, which, again, she had a nice little cut right here on her eyebrow.
We all saw it.
But I was afraid the goggles were going to leak. And the only thing I told her, I said, look, no warm down. Your legs are going to feel like lead. And the first 50, you got to go and do nothing. Just cruise through it and be as efficient as you can. And second 20, third 25, you start racing. 425, you got to bring it home. And man, you got to be careful what you tell her, because she precisely executed that plan. And
it worked.
And it looked fantastic. Gave her the chance.
It worked. And then she led right into Mallory Comaford, who anchored that relay. Her first big international meet. And she's anchoring 2 relays that win gold. She has a great performance in the 200 free. How big a weekend was this for Mallory?
She handled it fantastically, right? And I think as a true rookie in that environment, certainly I couldn't have been, more really pleased the way she handled things, the way she was able to perform. And I mean, and if you look at all her swims all weekend, I mean, she was very good from beginning to the end. She's from 3 200 frees, and they're all 153s. And I think the consistency of it is where I think she earned her keep on that. And so the first day, the 400 free relay, really it was a bit of a reach, just because we didn't have a short course meter time on her, but she had been 47.30 or 3.5 at the Big Ten, challenge. So we felt, and she was unshaved there, so we felt like, she should be in that relay. And to her credit, I think she split 51.9 that first night. And really outside of Kelsey, who was 51.0, that was our best split on paper. So we waited all week to see how things were going to shake down. And then ultimately it was the right decision. She was our best option there. And to her credit, what an incredible really string of performance she put together, and with the heat of the moment, and Canada hunting us down there at the end, and Penny anchoring for Canada. I mean, Canadians they felt good about it, but I knew we had Mallory at the end, and I know she's got the heart for it. So big win for Team USA, and a great way for us to really finish the meet. If I'm not mistaken, I think the second best all-time performance in short course world by Team USA. So we were thrilled. We were thrilled with that.
Yeah, it was definitely a cool performance, great split by her, and a great way to end the meet. So real quick, Coach, before we let you go, I want to ask you your favorite moment of the whole meet from a swimmer that wasn't one of yours, including the Louisville swimmers representing other countries in Windsor.
There were really some great swims all around. I have to say, I think for the most part we watched, and again, the dynamics of this meet, you're running around through a lot of different things. You're not just sitting there watching.
Yeah.
We're going to warm up pool. We have a lot of moving parts to it. And so as a staff, there's that logistics, and so we have this professional mindset. We watch the race, we get ready for the next, and then you get ready for the next. And I think it was a combination of the timing, but my favorite race was the 400 medley relay, maybe because it was the last one. And I felt like I think I probably yelled, celebrated a little bit louder than any other time. And some of it was, I think, a combination of, yes, on a personal level, there are 2 of our swimmers from Louisville there, but I think the triumph of that team, and it wasn't just Kelsey, but the rest of the team, the emotional roller coaster they went through to kind of put together, some great performances. I mean, Ella Duluth, fantastic all weekend. Deliver one more. Lily King out of from her own standards, a little subpar 200 breast, and to come right back and give us a heck of a lead. And so that was a team effort all the way. And I couldn't have been prouder of the way all those four they put it together. And then the rest of the group, I mean, it was just a really, in a tough moment like that, you have an injury, and I mean the group just came together. And to me, that's what we've done best as Team USA. So that was my favorite, somewhat selfishly, but in terms of as a fan of the sport. That was a special moment. That's what we're talking about, right? That's the stuff that people write about.
It was a cool moment, no question about it. Great way to finish off the year, the meet, and then the year 2016, a fun year of watching swimming from up close and afar. Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck to your Louisville Cardinals this season, and we'll see you down the road at the NCAA meet.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time. Thanks for having us, and always a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. Again, that's Coach Arthur Albiero, head coach of the U.S. Women this past week at World Championships and of the Louisville Cardinals. That'll do it for this week's edition of Off Deck. I'm David Rieder, and thanks for watching.